Victoria's Secret stock jumped about 47% in a single day recently. The reasons floated for the brand's comeback is not fashion or marketing, it's GLP-1. I'm Charu and at times I make content that might require a long attention span. And it's not me who is saying this, it's industry analysts and major financial outlets connecting weight loss drugs to what's happening across retail right now. So, GLP-1 is changing human appetite and behavior. Right now, about 1 in 8 American adults are on one of these drugs. That's around 10 million people, and JP Morgan expects to more than triple to over 30 million by 2030. And when that many people eat less, lose 15 to 20% of their body weight, and start feeling different about their bodies, it just doesn't affect their health. It triples through entire industries. Just one more nuance here. See, fast food is having a genuinely rough year. Just in the first few months of 2026, major franchises of Subway, Popeyes have all filed for bankruptcy. Course, a lot of that is because of rising costs, inflation, and minimum wage pressure. And that is the main story, but underneath, it's a demand problem too. McDonald's, which posted about 4% positive sales growth last quarter, by getting people to spend more per visit, not by getting more people through the door. And 1 in 8 adults is on a drug that suppresses appetite. The whole business model of cheap, craveable food starts to face a long term question. But well, there are winners too. When you lose about 15 to 20% of your weight, none of your clothes fit anymore. So you have to rebuild your entire wardrobe. And Bernstein estimates that this could add up to $13 billion as a year in apparel spending. And one of the clearest examples of all is lingerie, which is exactly why people keep pointing back to Victoria's Secret and that record jump. Here's a twist. Victoria's Secret own CEO downplays the whole GLP-1 theory. When asked directly, she said that they have seen minimal impact so far, credited the comeback to actual product work. But meanwhile, Wall Street points to something entirely different. Nearly fifth of the stock was being shorted. The earnings blew past expectations. It triggered a short squeeze that supercharged that 47% jump. So we have got three different explanations for the same event. Media says Ozempic, the company says better products, and the market says short squeeze. Honestly, it's probably a bit of all three. What is happening in India? Well, here's where it gets really interesting for us in India because while America's story is about demand, India's story right now is actually about supply. So, Eli Lilly's Monjaro actually became India's top selling medicine by value last year. And in March this year, the patent on semaglutide, the molecule behind Ozempic, expired in India. It was one of the first major markets in the world where that's happened. Within weeks, more than 40 Indian drug makers launched generic versions. A drug that cost around 17,000 rupees a month at launch now starts at a few hundred rupees a week. Now, what does that do to the Indian economy? Honestly, it's still early, but the